Hi, this is Dr. Anthony Taylor, and this is another video from the UNCG Clarinet Studio, where our mission is to empower the next generation of clarinetists toward fearless and authentic performance. And this video actually isn't really about clarinet at all. It is about performance anxiety. I have my clarinet here, but I think I'm just going to put it down. So many of you probably experience performance anxiety. And we experience it in different ways. There's all kinds of things that happen. And those responses are different for every person. Sometimes some people start to feel a lot of nervousness before they play, and others feel it more after they've played. So some people would feel more stress leading up to a difficult passage, and other people would feel a wave of adrenaline or difficulty continuing playing after that passage is passed. So everyone's different on that. So as I talk to you about performance anxiety, there's going to be an amount of self-exploration that you're going to have to do because there isn't a one-size-fits-all approach to it. Let's try an experiment. You can get your instrument. I actually will get my clarinet back out and just let's talk about what happens in the body often when people are about to play and they're feeling nervous. And what I'd ask you to try is you're feeling nervous, and it's probably you're having some thoughts about you and the audience. Or you and someone that you're worried you're going to disappoint. Maybe you're worried you're going to disappoint yourself. But a common response is to kind of tighten your body as if you're trying to tighten the surface of your skin, as if, imagine people are throwing stuff at you and you're trying to not let it hurt you, so you just tighten your muscles. Like humans are pretty soft creatures, like compared to lobsters and crabs, who have almost have an exoskeleton, like bones on the outside of the body. Can you play a scale or play a few notes, but first tighten as if you're trying to have an exoskeleton and play. Yeah, I just notice when I do that how my sound immediately gets really soft. So take a second and try that. Pause the video. So that's one common response to stress, is to try to protect the body in that way. And so the answer to that is to notice what happens when you consciously try to connect to your surroundings more. Like physically soften into the space. Feel your feet on the floor. Notice the air on your skin. Notice you're in the room with your audience. And can you consciously think about opening your heart to them? And I know how crazy that sounds. But just soften to them in your mind and say to yourself, I see you and I invite you to see me. And I invite you to come on this musical journey with me. I know how crazy that sounds. But that's one thing that works, because it helps you befriend your audience. The Alexander technique teacher at UNCG is a hornist in the North Carolina Symphony named Rachel Nikotopoulos. And if you don't know what Alexander technique is, I'm kind of drawing from that technique today. It's a technique for understanding how to be efficient in your playing and your performance, how to understand the body's responses to moments like this and what to do. And she got a phone call one day from a friend who was about to take an audition with the New York Philharmonic. And the friend said, I'm freaking out. I want to do well, but I'm really struggling. What should I do? Rachel. And what Rachel suggested was, she said, feel your feet on the floor. Play the audition if you can. Play it barefoot. Socks. But play it barefoot so you can feel contact with the floor all the time. And as you play the excerpts, keep connecting, keep noticing your feet on the floor. And what that does is it keeps you in your physical environment. It keeps you and your environment more connected. Because what we often do in stress is as if we're trying to separate from our environment. Like I described, becoming the lobster is like trying to create a you space that is separate and safe from everything that's outside of your skin. Similarly, if you start thinking a lot and you go more into thinking and you're less noticing what's happening in your body, that can help cause the stress. So when you feel that nervous energy, ask yourself, can I more just notice my body sensations right now? And I just be with my body sensations so that I can stay present with the moment that I'm supposed to be playing. I think what I'd most encourage you to say, and maybe if I was remaking this video, maybe I'd even start with this point. The most important thing I think for you to do when you start to feel performance anxiety energy is to recognize that energy is actually there for your performance. It's actually available for you to use to help make the performance better. And it's how you orient to it that most matters. If you try to push it away, it's likely to get louder in your experience and worse. If you can acknowledge that you're feeling a certain way because the performance matters to you, and if you can think about instead how you want what you're trying to communicate and stay embodied in the room and with your people, then it will go a lot better. Happy practicing. And I hope when next time that you get to play a live concert with people, that you can try that out and see what works for you.